what if the most productive thing you can do for your career and your wallet this week is to just lock your door, turn off your phone, and do absolutely nothing at all?
Oh, I love that.
Right. Welcome back to Horoscope TV. Now, if you are a Libra, you really need to pull up a chair right now,
Yes, absolutely.
because we're spending the first 30 seconds of this episode welcoming you, our Libra listener, to a very special forecast.
And it is a big one.
It really is. We are looking directly at the period from June 1st to June 7th, 2026, and you honestly must tune into this one because this week is just completely packed with massive shifts.
Massive.
We're seeing some amazing, lucky breaks for your money and your love life, but also, and this is why you really have to pay close attention, a few hidden traps and confusing moments that you need to carefully dodge.
That is exactly right. When we analyze your astro data and your astrological charts for this week, we see a story about, well, a major tug of war.
A tug of war.
Yeah. We are looking at the tension between your famous Libra desire to keep up appearances and make everyone happy versus the quiet, messy, internal work you actually need to do to build lasting security.
Oh, wow. That sounds exhausting already.
It can be. There is a lot of light, chatty energy bouncing around in your charts, but it is running straight into a very serious need for strong boundaries.
Well, I want to get right into the mechanics of this rather than just, reading down a calendar.
Right.
Because when I look at the charts, the overall theme for this week is really about fake security versus real security.
That is a perfect way to put it.
Let's start with June 1, which really sets the tone for this whole internal battle. The sun is traveling through Gemini, and Gemini is an air sign, just like you, Libra. This usually brings a ton of mental buzz. Like you want to learn, you want to chat, you want to be out in the world exploring new ideas.
Exactly. It's very outward energy.
But then on that exact same day, Mercury enters the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is the complete opposite of that outgoing energy.
Complete opposite.
It shifts your focus to creating a peaceful, comfortable home.
And that clash between those two signs is the engine for your entire week. Let's look at why that happens mechanically in the astro data.
Yeah, please.
So, the sun in Gemini acts like the gas pedal. It gives you the curiosity and the drive to connect. Gemini is a very social, outward-looking placement.
Right.
But then you have Mercury. Mercury is the planet that rules how we think, how we process facts, and how we talk to people.
Okay.
When Mercury moves into Cancer, all of that mental processing changes flavor. Cancer is ruled by the moon. It is moody, it is protective, and it is all about the nest and emotional safety.
I see.
So Mercury in Cancer takes all that buzzy, loud Gemini energy and directs it inward toward your safe spaces and the people you trust the most.
But wait, how does a Libra actually live with that?
What do you mean?
Because if the sun is telling me to go out and be seen, and Mercury is telling you to lock the door and bake bread, that sounds like a recipe for serious mental stress.
It really does.
Because you hate missing out on a good time. Like, doesn't staying home just make a Libra feel anxious and left out? It's like your group chat is blowing up with fun plans, but secretly you just want to stay in your pajamas.
Well, it would cause anxiety if you completely shut yourself off. But that is the trick with analyzing these specific charts. You do not have to choose one or the other.
Oh, you don't?
No, you blend them. For you, Libra, blending this means using that chatty, bright Gemini energy to uplift the people who are already inside your house.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or if we are talking about your job, uplifting your immediate close-knit team. You do not need to go out and conquer the entire social world this week to satisfy that Gemini urge.
Right.
You can bring the fun and the communication to your safe spaces. You make your home or your small team the place where the best conversations are happening.
Okay, I see. Bring the party to the living room, but keep it in pajamas.
Exactly.
You get the social fix, but you keep the emotional safety of Cancer. And there is another reason why creating that safe space on June 1st is so critical.
Yes, there is.
The astro data shows that Mercury is also forming a helpful angle, a sextile to Chiron. Now, Chiron is known in the charts as the wounded healer. So we have Mercury, the planet of talking, making a smooth, friendly connection with the asteroid of healing.
Yes. A sextile happens when 2 points in the sky are 60 degrees apart.
Right.
And that specific distance allows them to work together in a very friendly, supportive way. They pass good energy back and forth without any friction.
That sounds nice.
It is.
Wow.
With Mercury passing energy to Chiron, this is a day to talk out old wounds. And for a Libra, this is probably the most important work you will do all month because of something we call silent stress.
Silent stress. I want to spend some time on this because this
Sure.
is like the core of the Libra experience.
You really
Your whole sign is the scales. Your core drive is to balance things out. You want everyone in the room to be happy and comfortable.
always.
And because of that, you often swallow your own hurts. You do not want to rock the boat, so you just stay quiet when someone upsets you.
Yeah, that classic Libra peacekeeping.
You tell yourself, it's not a big deal. I will just let it go. But you do not let it go, do you?
No, you do not. You keep the peace on the outside, but you create a war on the inside.
Wow, a war on the inside.
That is silent stress. It sits in your body, it drains your daily energy, it makes you feel completely exhausted for reasons you cannot even explain.
Right.
When you refuse to bring up a problem because you want to keep the room peaceful, you are actually sacrificing your own internal peace.
That makes total sense. So on June 1st, with this smooth connection between talking and healing, the chart is giving you a green light to gently speak up.
Exactly.
But how do you do that without triggering that Libra fear of starting a fight?
Well, because Mercury is in Cancer, your words are naturally going to come out softer and more protective.
Okay, good.
Cancer energy does not want to attack, it wants to nurture. You do not have to pick a giant fight. You can sit down with a friend or a partner and simply say, hey, when this thing happened last month, it really hurt my feelings, and I just needed to say it out loud so I can move past it.
Oh, that's a great way to phrase it.
And the connection to Chiron actually helps the other person hear your wound instead of feeling like they are being attacked. It helps you process those old emotional bags you've been carrying around.
It must feel incredibly freeing to finally put those heavy bags down.
It really does.
And honestly, doing that internal cleanup, establishing that solid, peaceful foundation in your heart and in your home, it sets the stage for the external winds that are coming.
Yes, the timing is perfect.
Because once you clear the internal clutter on June 1, the charts show massive career and financial moves rolling in right behind it. We move from fixing the inside to building the real future on the outside.
That is the exact flow of the week. As we move into June 2 and June 3, the tone shifts from your home life to your long-term concrete goals.
Okay, let's look at that.
On June 2, the Sun makes a connection with Saturn. Now, we need to talk about Saturn because it gets a bad reputation, but it is incredibly useful.
Right, people get scared of Saturn.
They do. Saturn is the planet of rules, structure, hard work, and time. It is very serious. But when the Sun connects with Saturn, it brings balance, stability, and chances to partner with serious, experienced people who can actually guarantee your success.
Yeah, people hear Saturn and they think of a strict teacher checking their homework and giving them a failing grade.
Exactly.
But in a helpful angle like this, it is not punishing you. It is more like a strict but caring mentor. Right?
Yes.
Someone who's been in the industry for 30 years, who knows exactly how things work, and wants to show you the ropes if you're willing to listen.
That is a perfect way to look at it. Saturn rewards preparation. If you have been doing the work, Saturn shows up to give you the promotion.
I love that.
Then on June 3, the charts show something very rare and very special. It is a setup called a benefic enclosure.
A benefic enclosure.
Yeah. To explain this simply, an enclosure is when a planet is sandwiched between two other planets. A benefic enclosure means you are sandwiched between the helpful, lucky planets, usually Venus and Jupiter. It creates a protective bubble of very lucky energy. For you, Libra, this lucky bubble is sitting right over your love life and your money.
Wow.
And on top of that, Mercury connects with the North Node, which brings fated, important career helpers right into your path.
Okay, stop right there.
What?
Fated career helpers. A protective lucky bubble for money. This sounds like hitting the jackpot.
It is pretty great.
But I have to challenge this because I am looking at another major piece of the astro data.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mars is traveling through Taurus right now. Mars is action, but Taurus is fixed Earth. It is stubborn and it is slow.
Very slow.
Mars in Taurus encourages a very slow, highly practical, boring approach to building savings. So if Mars is demanding that we save our money very slowly, how does that possibly fit with a sudden lucky bubble on June 3 for the wallet?
That's a great question.
Right. Which one is right? Are we getting rich slow or getting rich fast?
You are catching the exact tension in the charts. They might seem like they are fighting each other, but they are actually a perfect team.
Really? How so?
Think about it this way. Steady preparation meets sudden opportunity. Mars in Taurus is the long game. It is you packing your lunch for work instead of spending $20 on a salad every day.
Oh, the boring stuff.
Exactly. It is you quietly building your savings account, paying off your credit cards, making sure your foundation is rock solid. It is not glamorous at all.
So you're doing the practical stuff that nobody claps for.
Right. But because you did that boring stuff, when the sudden lucky window opens on June 3, you actually have the power to take advantage of it.
Oh, I see.
The charts show this lucky deal might be related to real estate, a home improvement project, or a family investment. Let's say a friend tells you about an amazing piece of property or a chance to buy into a small business at a great price, and you only have one day to decide.
Right, a sudden opportunity.
If you did not have Mars and Taurus helping you save that money slowly, you would have to pass on the lucky break. You wouldn't have the cash.
That makes so much sense.
But because you prepared, you can strike. It is not about a magic lottery ticket dropping from the sky. It is about being perfectly prepared when a golden door swings open.
I really like that framing. The slow savings makes the fast luck possible. You earn your own luck.
Exactly.
And we also have to factor in Pluto here. Pluto is currently retrograde in Aquarius.
Yes, that's a big player right now.
I know retrograde means the planet appears to be moving backward from our view on Earth, and it usually means a time of review and tearing down old habits. How does Pluto retrograde change the way Libra actually views their money and their security?
Well, Pluto is the planet of deep, massive change. It tears things down to the studs so you can rebuild them stronger.
Okay.
Because it is in Aquarius and moving backward, it is slowly changing how you view financial risks and what you consider to be valuable.
Interesting. How so?
Before, maybe you cared a lot about flashy things. You wanted the nice car or the expensive clothes because you wanted people to see your success. But Pluto is breaking that down.
Oh, so a shift in values.
Yes. You might find yourself suddenly feeling very bored by flashy, risky investments. You are starting to care much more about things that build real, quiet, lasting security for your future. You want the solid house, not the shiny car.
So all of these planets, Saturn giving you the mentor, the node giving you fated meetings, Mars making you save, and Pluto changing your values, they're all coming together to build your real future.
Exactly. It's a team effort in the sky.
Let's paint a picture of what this fated mentor actually looks like on June 3. Imagine you were in the break room at work, pouring a cup of coffee. An older, very experienced person walks in.
Yes, that is the Saturn energy from June 2.
Right. You start talking. They watch how you handle the conversation. They see your natural Libra charm, your grace, your ability to see all sides of a situation.
Libras are so good at that.
They really are. And right there, over coffee, they offer you a piece of advice that completely changes your career path. Or maybe they say, there is a position opening up in my department and you would be perfect for it. It feels entirely meant to be.
And that feeling of it being meant to be comes straight from the connection to the North Node. The North Node points to our destiny, the direction we are supposed to grow into. When Mercury, the planet of talking and connecting, touches the node, conversations carry massive weight.
So these aren't just water cooler chats.
No, they're not just small talk. They matter for the rest of your life. It is a time to listen very carefully to the advice of people who already have the type of success that you want.
That is so powerful. It feels like you are building a beautiful, solid brick house of success early in the week.
Yeah.
You're doing the real work.
You really are.
But here's the hard pivot. You need to enjoy that solid ground because the middle of the week brings a massive fog bank.
Oh, yes. The fog is real.
The charts show a trap being set. You need to walk through this fog very, very carefully to protect all the good work you just did. Let's talk about the absolute danger zone on June 4.
June 4 is without a doubt the trickiest day of the entire week for you, Libra. This is where the tension hits its peak.
What's causing it?
The charts show Mercury forming a harsh angle, which we call a square with Neptune.
A square.
Yes. A square happens when two planets are exactly 90 degrees apart. It creates friction, roadblocks, and forced action. It is two planets fighting for control.
It sounds stressful.
It is. Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, fog, and things that are completely hidden. Mercury is the planet of hard facts, logic, and clear communication.
Oh, I see the problem.
Right. When the fog of Neptune clashes with the facts of Mercury, the facts get completely lost. It creates a massive mental fog.
We need a really clear way to picture how this actually feels in real life.
Yeah.
Think about going to a massive grocery store when you were starving, you barely slept the night before, and you forgot your glasses at home.
Oh, that is a recipe for disaster.
Right. You are wandering the aisles, everything looks blurry but also kind of delicious. You grab things off the shelf without reading the labels. You might end up buying a whole cart full of junk food.
I've definitely been there.
We all have. You get to the front and the cashier smiles and asks if you want to sign up for a store credit card to save 5%. Because the cashier sounds nice and you just want to go home, you say yes.
Oh, no.
You get home, put your glasses on, look at your receipt, look at the giant pile of junk food and think, what on earth did I just do? That blind, confused, impulsive energy is exactly what Mercury square Neptune feels like.
That is a really great way to explain the mechanics of it. Neptune creates a completely false sense of security. It acts like a funhouse mirror.
A funhouse mirror.
It makes the junk food look like a gourmet meal. It makes a terrible business deal look like a favor from a friend.
Wow.
Because of this harsh angle, the charts specifically warn that you must avoid scheduling any important meetings, you should not try to negotiate any contracts, and you absolutely must avoid any kind of financial gambles on June 4. The facts are hidden from you.
The charts also mention a high risk of emotional spending for Libra.
Ugh.
I want to guess why this happens.
Go for it.
As a Libra, your ruling planet is Venus. You naturally love beautiful things. Your whole goal in life is harmony.
Exactly.
So when you feel stressed or when you get confused by this heavy Neptune fog, your first instinct is to try to buy your way back to peace.
Yes.
You want to buy something beautiful to comfort your messy emotions. You might see an expensive lamp online and convince yourself, if I buy this lamp, my living room will finally look perfect and then my brain will finally feel peaceful.
You hit the nail on the head. That is the exact psychology of a Libra under a Neptune transit.
It's so tempting.
It is. Neptune whispers a lie. It tells you that this one physical purchase will magically solve your complicated internal feelings.
But it doesn't.
No, the astrodata is flashing red lights. Do not do it. This deceptive fog warns against buying things just to soothe yourself. The hidden flaws in whatever contract you sign or whatever item you buy will simply not be visible to you until the fog lifts a few days later.
And when the fog lifts, you realize the reality. You buy that beautiful lamp and it arrives 3 days later. You open the box and realize it requires a weird European light bulb you can't find anywhere. It costs a fortune to return, and it is actually half the size it looked in the picture.
Exactly. You bought the illusion, not the reality.
But let me push back for a second. What if it is just a small purchase? Does buying a $20 scented candle on June 4 really ruin my life? Are we being too dramatic about this fog?
Well, it is not about the $20. It is about the habit of avoiding the real issue.
Ah, I see.
The danger of Mercury square Neptune is that small moments of confusion snowball into larger mistakes. If you let yourself make blind choices with $20, your guard is down when someone asks you to make a blind choice with $2,000 later that afternoon.
That makes sense.
The square demands that you stay sharp.
So our strict advice to you for June 4 is very simple. Stick to your budget. Do not wander from the list. Wait for a clearer day to make any professional choices.
Yes, wait it out.
Do not sign on the dotted line. And most importantly, for a Libra, do not just agree to something to keep the peace. If someone at work or at home is pushing you hard for an answer, tell them you need to sleep on it.
That is the single best tool you have in your toolbox right now. Time.
Just buy time.
Exactly. Just delay the decision. The fog always clears eventually. You just do not want to be locked into a bad permanent choice when the sun finally comes out and you can see the truth again.
That is great advice. Now, this midweek confusion does not just mess with your wallet and your workplace. It actually ripples right into your personal relationships and your emotional well-being.
It really does.
So let's turn to the heart's roller coaster. We are looking at romance and some serious social landmines. From June 3 to June 5.
Since your ruling planet is Venus, we always have to track what Venus is doing to understand what is happening in your love life.
Okay, where is Venus right now?
Right now, Venus is sitting in Cancer. We analyzed Cancer earlier. It is nurturing, protective, and focused on the home. With Venus here, your style of loving becomes very deeply caring. You want to pamper your partner, cook for them, and create a very safe emotional bubble for the two of you.
Which lines up perfectly with that lucky bubble we talked about earlier on June 3.
Exactly.
The charts say June 3 is the ideal time for a quiet, romantic evening at home. You cook a nice meal, you light the candles, you talk about your plans for the future. It is a very soft, sweet energy.
It is very sweet.
And then on June 4, the moon enters Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, just like you. It feels very comfortable and breezy to you. The moon here adds a playful, fun spark to your relationship. You're joking around, you feel light, the heavy emotions from earlier in the week are gone.
It is a really beautiful build-up, but then we hit June 5.
Oh boy.
The charts show a very stressful energy called malefic besieged happening in the sign of Aquarius.
Okay, Malefic Besieged. I have to be honest, that sounds like the title of a terrible medieval war movie.
It does sound pretty dramatic.
How do we go from a fun, playful spark on the 4th to a total crash on the 5th? What exactly are the mechanics of being besieged in this astro data?
Let's break it down into plain English. Besieged simply means feeling trapped or surrounded by enemies.
Okay.
In the charts, it means the fast, playful, happy energy of the moon is temporarily moving between two very slow, stressful, heavy planets.
Which planets?
Usually this means it is trapped between Mars, which is aggression, and Saturn, which is coldness. So you know that feeling when you are in a great mood, but you walk into a room where two people are clearly furious with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly your good mood is just completely squashed by their heavy energy.
Yes, you feel trapped by their bad vibes. You can't be happy because the room's too heavy.
Exactly. That is what your astrological chart looks like on June 5. The playful spark gets squashed by the heavy planets surrounding it. The energy drops rapidly.
That sounds awful.
It's not fun. This sudden drop can lead to minor clumsy accidents, tension headaches, feeling totally overwhelmed by normal social obligations, and most commonly, silly romantic arguments that come out of nowhere.
I want to walk through a real example of this silly romantic argument because I think every single Libra listening has lived through this exact scenario.
Let's hear it.
Let's say it is June 5. You had a playful, great day yesterday. Today, you are sitting on the couch with your partner. And you just ask a simple question, like, what do you want to watch on TV tonight?
A very normal question.
Right. Your partner sighs, rubs their eyes, and says, I don't know, you always pick anyway. Normally, your Libra charm would just laugh it off and put on a comedy.
True.
But because you are feeling besieged, trapped by this heavy, grumpy energy in the charts, your patience is zero. You snap back.
Yep.
You say, I only pick because you never take the time to make a decision. And suddenly, a 30-second conversation about a TV remote spirals into a massive fight where you are crying and saying you feel completely unappreciated for everything you do to keep the house running.
And that is the true danger of June 5. The argument is an illusion.
An illusion.
Yes, it is not actually about the reality of your relationship. It is certainly not about the TV show. It is simply the stressful, trapped energy in the charts looking for a place to land. It is the sudden mood drop talking, trying to start a fire.
But let me challenge that because it is easy to blame the planets for everything.
Sure.
How do you know it's just the charts acting up and not a massive red flag that your relationship is actually broken and you really are unappreciated?
You look at the history. Is this a brand new problem that just exploded today? Did everything feel perfectly fine yesterday?
Right.
If the shift is sudden, violent, and out of character, it is the charts. If it is a problem you have been talking about for 6 months, then it is a real issue. But on June 5, the heavy energy makes tiny annoyances feel like massive betrayals.
So what does a Libra do when the TV remote turns into a weapon? To use your greatest superpower, your natural diplomacy.
Yes, lean into that.
You have to take a deep breath, look at your partner, and realize the energy in the room is poisoned by the charts. You can literally just stop the fight and say, I think we're both just really tired and cranky today. Let's just watch a rerun we have seen 100 times and go to bed early. You keep the peace by refusing to feed the fight.
That is the exact strategy you need. Knowing that the energy is going to be incredibly rough and grumpy on the 5th allows you to not take it personally when your partner's mood drops or when your own mood drops.
You just let it pass.
You can just let it pass over you like a dark storm cloud.
And, navigating these emotional ups and downs, these sudden storms, is so much easier when you know exactly who has your back and who is going to completely drain your energy.
Absolutely.
So let's look at your cosmic friends and foes for the week. The charts give us a very clear picture of who you should spend your time with and who you should gently avoid to protect your peace.
Yes, the charts are very clear on this.
Let's start with the good news. Your best match this week is Aquarius.
Aquarius is a fantastic ally for you right now. You are both air signs. In astrology, signs of the same element form an angle called a trine, which is 120 degrees apart.
A trine.
Yes. It is an angle of pure, easy flow. There is no friction. You share a brilliant mental connection.
Oh, that's great.
With the sun in Gemini right now, you are feeling very curious, and Aquarius loves a curious mind. You both value fairness, you both enjoy long intellectual conversations, and very importantly, you both know how to give each other plenty of space. You do not smother each other.
That space is so critical right now, especially when you're dealing with that heavy, moody Cancer energy in your home life. You need a friend who does not demand all of your free time and attention.
Exactly.
The charts point out June 2 specifically as a great day for this friendship.
Hmm.
The sun connecting with Saturn brings a serious but very comforting tone. You can sit at a coffee shop with your Aquarius friend and spend 3 hours talking about the future of the world, your big life goals, and how to fix society.
And remember Pluto retrograde in Aquarius that we discussed earlier.
Yeah, the tearing things down.
Right. That means your Aquarius friends are going through very deep, heavy personal changes right now. They're tearing down their old lives. And the charts show that you, Libra, can help them navigate these changes.
Oh, I love that.
They appreciate your beautiful, balanced perspective on life. When their world feels chaotic, you are a calming anchor for them.
That is such a nice image. You are their calm in the storm. But on the flip side, we have to talk about your worst match for the week.
Yes, we do.
And I am sorry to say, but it is Capricorn. The charts show that Capricorn energy will feel far too heavy, demanding, and cold for your peaceful nature this week.
It is a massive clash of signs. You are an air sign, and Capricorn is an earth sign.
Yeah.
Furthermore, you are both what we call cardinal signs, which means you both want to be the boss and start new things.
Okay.
But you have completely different ways of doing it. This creates a square angle in the charts, which means friction.
Another square.
Yes. Capricorn is intensely focused on strict career goals, rules, climbing the mountain, and getting things done. You, on the other hand, are craving soft beauty, light conversation, and balance. Right now, Capricorn is offering only cold logic and rigid structure.
I have to ask, because we all have Capricorns in our lives. Are Capricorns just being awful and difficult this week? Or are we simply speaking two completely different languages?
It's the language thing.
Because sometimes, to a Libra, it feels like a Capricorn is just trying to boss you around for the fun of it.
It is entirely about speaking different languages. Capricorn looks at the world and sees a list of tasks that must be completed efficiently. They want results.
Right.
When that heavy trapped energy hits midweek, Capricorn might become overly bossy or harsh because their way of dealing with stress is to try and control everything around them. But for you, Libra, that harsh tone completely ruins your sense of harmony. You cannot function when people are speaking sharply to you.
And the fog on June 4 makes this dynamic 100 times worse. The friction between Mercury and Neptune guarantees major miscommunication. Let's look at how this plays out at work.
Okay, let's see.
You are on an email chain with a Capricorn boss.
Mm-hmm.
They send a blunt, demanding email. You try to be your usual polite self. You try to soften the blow. You reply with something like, well, maybe we could try exploring this other option if you think it might work better. And the Capricorn reads that and views your politeness as weakness or indecision. They think you don't know what you were doing. They think you were stalling.
Exactly. They completely misinterpret your desire for peace as a lack of direction or lack of confidence. This is a week where you simply cannot give Capricorn the firm, rigid answers they are demanding without completely exhausting your own energy and stressing yourself out.
So our strict advice to you, Libra, is to protect your inner peace at all costs.
Yeah.
Keep your distance from Capricorns this week.
Yes, just stay away.
If you work with one, keep your conversations incredibly brief and stick only to the hard facts. Do not try to win them over with your famous Libra charm right now. It will just bounce right off their cold logic.
It really will.
Save your energy. Lean into your Aquarius friends who actually understand and appreciate the beautiful way you see the world.
It is all about energy management. By dodging that bossy Capricorn energy and carefully walking around the social minefields of the week, you will reach the end of the week desperately needing a break. And the charts agree completely. It is time to rest.
Yes. Which brings us to the final part of our journey, restoration and your specific weekly toolkit. Let's look at June 7. We have made it through the Neptune fog, we survived the lucky bubbles, we dodged the silly arguments with our partners, and we hid from our Capricorn bosses.
It's a lot.
It is. But on June 7, the moon enters the gentle, quiet water sign of Pisces.
Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac. It is the sign of retreat, spirituality, endings, and deep rest. It dissolves things.
It sounds so relaxing.
When the moon moves here, it is a clear, flashing signal from the astrodata to focus heavily on your daily health habits. The mental and physical health of a Libra requires a very balanced approach this week. The Gemini sun gave you a ton of vital energy to stay active and social early on, but by June 7th, the Pisces moon demands that you stop moving.
Let's talk about the physical toll of this week,
Yeah.
because Libra rules the kidneys and the lower back in astrological anatomy.
Yes, it does.
When a Libra gets stressed, when they swallow that silent stress we talked about earlier, it often sits right in their lower back. Why does Libra need a physical break on June 7, not just a mental one?
Because the body keeps the score. All that tension from dodging the heavy energy on June 5 and all the mental gymnastics of the fog on June 4 tightens your muscles.
Right.
The Pisces moon is literally your cosmic permission slip to turn off the phone, close the laptop, and let your muscles uncoil. You need to drink plenty of water to help those kidneys flush out the stress.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Yes. You need to get extra sleep, especially if you had tension headaches earlier in the week. You must find a quiet place to sit alone and restore your inner harmony.
I love pointing out the beautiful full circle moment in your charts this week. We started the week on June 1st with Mercury and Chiron doing the hard work of healing old emotional wounds and dealing with our silent stress.
We sure did.
And we end the week on June 7, resting and restoring our physical bodies with the Pisces moon. It is like the universe is giving you a complete tune-up, inside and out.
It's a beautiful cycle.
Run a hot bath, put on some quiet music, and just breathe. Now, to help you navigate all of these crazy shifts, let's open up your specific toolkit for the week. These are the quick takeaways from your charts. First, your best dates. Circle these on your calendar.
Okay, let's hear them.
June 2 is your power day for serious career talks and planning the real future with a mentor. And June 4, despite the dangerous financial fog we warned you about, is actually a fantastic day for playful creativity and feeling a spark in your relationships.
Exactly. Enjoy the creative spark, laugh with your partner, but leave the wallet securely closed in a drawer.
Next, your lucky numbers for the week. Keep an eye out for 7, 15, 25, 31, 39, and 46. Now, remembering that strict budget and the danger of gambling this week, do not use these numbers to buy a lottery ticket. Instead, I suggest using them for mindfulness.
That is a great idea. How would they do that?
Use them to ground yourself when the fog gets thick. Set your meditation timer for exactly 15 minutes, or decide you are going to read exactly 46 pages of a book you have been putting off.
I love that.
Just notice when these numbers pop up on a clock or a license plate in your daily life. Let them serve as little reminders to stop, breathe, and remember that the universe is working with you, not against you.
It is about finding a sense of alignment and peace when you see those numbers, confirming you are on the right path even when things feel messy.
And finally, your lucky color for the week is pastel pink. Oh, I absolutely love this for Libra. Pastel pink is the ultimate color of soft beauty, gentle love, and pure emotional balance. I highly suggest wearing a pastel pink shirt on that highly stressful June 5 day to help soften the harsh, grumpy energy in the room. Or just keep a pastel pink notebook or coffee mug on your desk at work.
It acts as a visual anchor. When the Capricorn boss is demanding too much from you, or the Neptune fog is making you confused, you look at the soft pink. It lowers your heart rate. It brings you back to your core desire for harmony.
We have covered so much ground today. You have a massive week ahead of you. You have big opportunities to build real security and a few traps you need to carefully step around. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
Something just chew on as you go about your busy week. We talked so much today about your famous natural diplomacy. You spend so much of your week using your amazing diplomacy to keep the peace in your home, to manage team morale at work, and to avoid silly arguments with your partner.
It's exhausting work.
It is. You are constantly negotiating peace for everyone else in your life. But when the fog rolls in on June 4 and you feel confused, or you make a mistake and buy something you shouldn't have, how can you use that exact same gentle diplomacy to be kind and patient with yourself?
That is the real work of a Libra, giving yourself the exact same grace and forgiveness that you give to the rest of the world.
Exactly. Don't be harsh with yourself when the energy gets heavy. Be your own best diplomat. Well, thank you so much for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV. We love breaking down the charts for you, explaining the mechanics of the sky, and helping you find your balance.
It is always a joy to explore the stars with you.
If you enjoyed this and want to stay ahead of the cosmic curve, please hit that subscribe button. That way, you will get notified the exact moment the next episode is available, and you will never miss a lucky window or walk blindly into a fog bank again. Have a beautiful, balanced week, Libra.